Hey, I pray this message finds you well today. I want to talk to you just briefly about something that was on my mind, and I call it unqualified validation. I believe all of us need to be validated. We all need a pat on the back from time to time. We all need an attaboy, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially as kids growing up. Kids look for the affirmation of their parents. If we kick the ball in the soccer goal and made the point, if we scored the touchdown, if we got an A on the quiz, we look for that, you did a good job, son. But what happens when you don't receive that? I believe that many of you who are listening to me, you grew up not having that validation, but you have done extremely well. You had, or you did not have your parents in your life, or you had perhaps an absentee father or an absentee mother, and you became a good parent nonetheless. And what's interesting is this, is that sometimes we don't feel as though that we are good parents, even though we are. We don't feel as though that we're good people, even though we are. Sometimes we don't feel as though that we're good employees or a good employer, even though we are, because of the lack of somebody validating us. I want you to know that Jesus said in the Gospels, when people were asking, who he was and questioning his integrity and his authority, Jesus said, listen, just believe for the work's sake. In other words, he is saying that the work speaks for itself. And I want you to know that your work speaks for you. You can be a good parent, even though you didn't have good parents. You can be a good employer, even though you didn't have a good employer. You can be a good husband and a good wife, even though you didn't have good examples. And so I believe that we cannot get caught in the quagmire of trying to get people to validate us. Check this out, where that validation will never come from them. And so be the best that you can be. Do what you do as unto the Lord. And check this out. Once you give your best, there's nothing else that you can do at that point in life. I pray this word today gave you strength for the journey.